Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and today is the day of the final wrap up for the Mary Maxim Crochet and Knit Club review. This has been quite a journey. I'm gonna be honest. With all the holiday stuff and everything else, I totally forgot to cancel my box for January, and as many of you guys have already reached out to let me know. As of now, only the crochet video is up. The knit video isn't even up yet. But I have gotten comments, Instagram posts, and emails discussing this month's boxes. And that's the knit kit. That's 2 Karen Pantones, 1 in all white, and 2 cakes of homespun. I am not happy. I feel like I just wasted a huge chunk of money, to be honest. And, I try to keep my wrap up review series as ungut response as possible, which is why after giving it some thought and calming down and really thinking about the slipper kit, I wasn't mad about it, but it's just not my thing. This one, though, I mean, part of it is, I've only had these a couple of days. Part of this is listening to you guys' frustration with this. And I'm going to be honest, I'm a little hacked off. Don't worry, we will get to the comparative review part of this. But both of these are from the 2018 collection. This one is called Cake Pop, I think. No, Purple Pops. And I don't have this one left over in my stash or anything, but I do have quite a few of these that I purchased on clearance. When they went on clearance, this is just coconut cream. It's just all whites. From the 2018 season. The ones I have from the 2018 season that were purchased, a lot of them were purchased on clearance after I did my review series on this. And this is the original, just Karen X Pantone, not the bamboo one. During Black Friday, when I did that review series, I bought 3 packs of the colors that I used to review, plus to do the giveaway with it. I paid, I think, $6.99. I say it in the video, but it's something more than 50% off for the yarn that I reviewed. And my review was a little late in the season. I didn't grab it the moment it came on the market and stuff. I did a review on it because of request as it came out to get my opinion on it. I like the yarn. I had a bad hank of it, but by and large, I really enjoyed it. I have worked with it since. I worked with it when we got it in the Crochet Society box last year. I also worked with it for a project for a friend of mine. This isn't a I hate this yarn thing. I really enjoyed working with this yarn. I think this is a great move for big box yarn companies to get higher quality fibers in front of us consumers at an affordable and reasonable price. It was expensive. It was more than what we're used to seeing paying, but it is merino and nylon. It is a nice quality. It has a different spin to a lot of yarns than what we're used to. And it's kind of exciting to work with the different colors. A lot of higher end manufacturers are doing mini braids like this. Number one, they're fun to look at. They're exciting to start breaking apart. But it gives you a variety of colors to be able to inject into your project. So I did not find this yarn problematic. This isn't a I hate Karen X Pantone thing. But as this is marked from the year it was manufactured and what year that release is, the stuff that's left in my stash, the stuff that I bought when it went on clearance at Michael's, I paid $1.20 a braid for. I know Ross from the Smell Great guy, Smells Like Yarn. smells like yarn podcast. Even he was not exactly pleased. And for him, it was the whole package deal because he's not into brioche and cabling. And the pattern that came with this is a brioche hat pattern, and it's cabled. My problem is I don't actually like the hat, but I don't like the hat with all the color changes. I think the hat might actually be fine, but because it was made to be using this yarn, it actually feels like it's a little short, and I do prefer, like I've said before, I like my hats to cover my ears generally. So this was the first one that came in the mail for me, and I was quite disappointed. The next day in the mail, so now I've paid for shipping twice because they came one day apart from each other, was the crochet kit. Now, I like the pattern. I like this concept. I don't mind homespun yarn. I don't normally crochet with homespun by itself, though. I generally use a carry-along yarn with homespun. The texture does make it a lot harder to see your stitches, so I don't normally crochet with homespun. But this color, I just bought on clearance last year in September or August for 75 cents a cake at Michael's. For it to be have been 75 cents a cake, and I did look back at the Happy Mail I sent that in, for that to be 75 cents a cake, that had already been marked down twice. So we're looking at another 2-year-old mark out yarn for me. And to think that I paid $44 for is exceptionally disheartening. So I did want to address that. Once I'm done filming here, I will actually be calling Mary Maxim to cancel. I couldn't do that beforehand, though, because I was on the phone up until they opened. Then I ate lunch, and I wanted to have time to get all my filming done today because, once again, I have more than one video to film today. I have a lot of things I want to share with you guys that I'm very excited about and want to get out there, but time. So I will be making sure that I don't get charged for that next month, because I am not happy. I am not happy whatsoever. And that is 100% my gut reaction to this. With the unboxings, you've seen a tempered gut reaction. With the final review, you guys got my more analytical look at this. But I am not happy. Cold stop, hard stop. Yeah. So, that's 8 minutes and we still haven't started comparing these kits. In the months where we got this together at the same time, we had very similar values all together. We had 2 LYS yarns, the Ella Ray and the Louisa Harding. We had the Red Heart versus the Red Heart. We had the month of the novelty yarns, both kits having different novelty yarns in them. Then for December, we had this huge divergence. We got 5 balls of the Titan Bulky from Mary Maxim in the crochet kit. And then we got the 4 bonus bundle balls of the Touch of Alpaca from Lion Brand. And that Lion Brand yarn, yeah, that was a $40 value in just the yarn, whereas the Titan is an $18 value in just the yarn. But until then, I mean, we were pretty price for price, $35. Making sure I've got the right months here. $35.99, $44.87. But then when you look at the closeout prices, those were the same for those yarns. The $29.38, but we got the extra ball in the knit kit. The Red Heart yarns were actually $39 and $23 or $29 and $23. $29 and $25 for the novelty to novelty in November. So there was a price difference. There was a value difference in when you look at the original retail price for these things. But the one that really like took this from, you know, like 40% to 60% was that Touch of Alpaca month. I mean, that really was a dramatic jump in the retail value of these. I cannot, based on 6 months of direct comparison now, because I'll be honest, I mean, I get these for $5.99 regular. So let be real here. And I was getting these when they were still full price with my 50% off coupon. So once again, I mean, I was looking at $5 for these, $5 to $6 for these. This is another head-to-head. They're the same thing to me. So I would say really there isn't as much of a dramatic difference in the value between the two for the most part. I cannot think in months where I have seen other unboxings where I've noticed the crochet kit, though, having such a dramatically higher value than the knit kit. It always does seem to be that the knit kit is the one that if there's going to be a dramatic difference, that knit kit's going to be the one that gets it. At least in the last 2 years, because I'm pretty sure 3 years ago, there was one kit where like the value of the kit was like $70 for crochet. And it was like it wasn't a garment, but it was like a outerwear kind of thing, I think. But the amount of yarn that was included for this was like a stupid amount of yarn. I remember somebody saying that they had enough to do the project and then like a matching hat and gloves or something like that. I mean, there was a stupid amount of yarn included in that kit. It came in one of the bags that they normally put blanket kits in, like the bigger bags. That's how big this was. So we got wool or animal fiber in 2 out of 5 and 2 out of 5. I mean, so you've got animal fiber versus cotton or acrylic about the same amount of times. There are differences in some of the patterns, but once again, you know, like the bellow wrap had a lot of little techniques in it. Working stitches sideways was fun and exciting. That is definitely a slow and methodical pattern reader beginner to a advanced intermediate pattern. I would say this is an advanced technique. Brioche and cabling both are advanced techniques in knitting, in my opinion. So, you know, we've got some nice diversity in the skill level, even going back and forth. The Colorscape shawl, while not a difficult shawl to work, there's no stitch in that I wouldn't say a beginner who can read knitting patterns couldn't do it. I would definitely say you can. Even for me, though, you have to think about what you're doing. You have to be cognizant of where you are in your pattern, which row you're on. Every row is different, and not all of them are very different from each other. Some it's as much as just an increases in a different place kind of thing. So they had overall the pattern techniques that were being offered and put forward. We had some super uber basic stuff, like the month where we got all the novelty yarns. But then we have some things that really do push you as a crocheter and knitter. Once again, that's a pro-con that's on my pro-con list for these boxes. Is it does put in front of you new techniques. And I've had a couple of people reach out and say, you know, this is actually why I've liked this, especially with the way 2020 went. Having this come in and I've got something to think about while I'm working has been a nice thing. And I'm kind of glad I had to refilm this, or felt the need to refilm this, because I wanted to share what came in January's boxes since they were here. That was a really fair point, and I don't think I mentioned that in either of the videos for the final wrap up. When you're doing a skill building kit, or you're looking at this as an opportunity to skill build, push yourself, think, stay engaged, something like this kit could definitely be beneficial. I would personally rather put my money in the Knit Picks skill builder kits. You don't have a huge discount from what you're paying for it, based on what their website sells the yarn for, but you're getting the next level of quality. Their acrylic is a beautiful, luscious, soft acrylic. I love it about, like, I love the Premier Anti-Pilling. It is the Brava Worsted is one of my favorite old school OG acrylics that I fell in love with. And I don't really mention that here on the channel, and I don't know why, but Knit Picks acrylic is beautiful quality. It is very, very, very squishy. It's very pleasant to work with. It kind of has a lofty texture to it. It's very nice on the hands. I really enjoy working with their just Brava line. They've got it in DK and worsted. I don't know why I don't mention that, but I would rather put my money, if I'm looking to skill build, into the Knit and Crochet skill builder kits with Knit Picks than putting my money into this kit, because I'm guaranteed at least the value of what I'm paying for that box with the Knit Picks kit, or at least that was my experience with the beginner knitters or crocheters box that I did. And I've seen other people getting their skill builder boxes, and I mean, there's cabling, there is color changing, there's mosaics, there's lots of different techniques that they're one by one stepping you up on and introducing you to a new technique. So I would actually say, for the price, the Knit Picks one's where I put my money if that's what I'm doing. That to me has been the best skill builder kit I've seen. This one, though, I mean, it's a shot in the dark whether or not you're going to get something that pushes you, other than working with something you might not pick out for yourself. But if you want variety, this kit did offer variety from baby beginner pattern to advanced technique patterns. And there was variety of cool tones, warm tones. There was a nice variety of animal fiber, acrylic, or acrylic cotton, animal fiber. And that tends to be the two. I tend to group preferences that way. I love both, but a lot of people don't like animal fiber at all. A lot of people don't like acrylic or cotton at all. So it's not natural fibers. It seems to be separated by cotton, acrylic, animal fiber. Just in my observational bias, there's nothing wrong with being in either camp. That's a preference. You do you, boo. I'm not the one working with it. So yeah, I'm definitely saltier today than I was when I was filming my wrap-up reviews. I'm definitely not very happy with this at all right now. I don't want that to derail the progress that we've made through the review series, and I don't want to retract anything I said previously. However, I am And in all fairness and honesty, and once again, transparency, I am not happy. I'm not a happy Carrie. I am not a happy homemaker right now. This was disappointing to me, and this was kind of beyond extra disappointing just because I know when these colors were discontinued, or when this collection was discontinued that season, how many of us bought this up. And I gave it a huge pass when it showed up in Crochet Society, because when it showed up in Crochet, the Karen showed up in Crochet Society, that is a box from the UK. That yarn had only just gotten there. We had had it for a year. It was brand new to them. So I gave a huge pass on it. I discussed that in that review series. So it's not I hated getting this yarn. But this is now, we're in 2021. This was discontinued after it was released that year. And then in the summer, the next year, they released the bamboo collection. So I'm not happy. I'm not happy. And it's how much it went on clearance, how long it lingered on the clearance shelves at Michael's, how low I saw it go. If you have the initials AS, Jennifer knows who I'm talking about probably. But she just found the bamboo one at her Michael's for like 80 cents a braid and bought up a whole bunch of it. Who can blame her? If you found it for 80 cents, that's exactly what you do. Well, when this went on clearance, that's exactly what a lot of us did, because it was $1.20 and it was actually nice to work with. I enjoyed working with it. I liked the yarn. So I bought it on clearance. It's been gone for 2 years now. It's kind of like resurrecting zombies over here. Yeah. So not happy. Not a happy camper. I really think these boxes at the end of the day really are comparable. I do think the pricing in my 6 months got thrown off by that touch of Alpaca. We were within 5% difference until that came in versus the Titan. And when you throw in a $19 versus $20 value, that's a huge jump to separate. But I mean, if you don't like animal fiber, both boxes had animal fiber just about as equally as the other. Both had beginner, intermediate, advanced techniques in the patterns about as equally as the other. With the exception of that one box having such a huge price difference, we're not even looking at that big of a price difference, a quality difference. I mean, it was Red Heart, novelty. I keep saying novelty. We got a spinella with that alpaca, the alpaca blend. Which to me, a bulky yarn does tend to be a novelty yarn because I don't work with it that often. But yeah, they're about the same. Their value is about the same. The techniques are about the same. Nothing was wildly different with the two. I think you are taking a shot in the dark regardless with this kit. And I think you're going to have months of extreme pleasure with the kit and months of extreme disappointment with this kit. Because as much as I love the month of the unforgettable for the crochet box, this to me was worse than getting the slippers. I liked the pattern a lot more, and I definitely I'd be more apt to wear this pattern. But getting this as a crochet kit actually disappointed me more than getting the slippers as a crochet kit. So, I mean, this is going to be one where it's extreme highs, extreme lows, month to month on how you feel about it. And And it was true with both kits. It was true with both kits. So it's not a, I would say across the board, these are comparable. If you have any questions, if I forgot to mention anything, please let me know down below. I am but only one people. I forget a lot of stuff. I misspeak a lot of the time. I do try to correct it on screen, but it does happen that things get by me. So you guys take care. I love you guys, and I'm sorry this turned into a little bit of a ranty rant, but if nothing else, I will never lie to you guys. And I do try to temper my gut reactions with things. I try to allow time and logic to inform what I put out. But there are times where I think giving my gut response is really the most fair thing. And in this case. So you guys, as always, I love you. Take care. And I will see you guys real soon. Bye, guys.